Wicked and Furious clips.
Cool, yeah. Well, I've done 6 now, so this is 11 years of stand-up. Oh, ooh.
You've been at stand for 11 years. Wow.
Yeah, so it was the first gig when I was 17. I'm 29 now. Oh, it's 12 years. Oh, no.
Sorry, reminding you of how the years is seem to drip
definitely.
away.
Yeah. Anyway, so Colin, tell us about your kids and your successful businesses. I'm like, oh, well, okay. All right. This is how we're going to be done today. No, anyway, so yeah, I did it. Raw Comedy. I recommend anyone who's interested in doing stand-up do that. It's run by the Melbourne Comedy Festival, but they do heats around the country.
RAW, Raw.
Yeah, RAW, yeah. And they just do heats, semi-finals, state finals, and they fly you over to Melbourne. So I got to do the Town Hall, which I think is like an 1,100-seater.
Wow.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And that was, but our state final was bigger than their
Dude,
national
1,100 seats.
Yeah, because they used to do ours
fucked.
at His Majesty's, which is like, so people would come over here and be like, how is yours bigger than the... It's so big, like that the national final for us is the grand final prize for the person who wins Raw Comedy India.
Wow.
So like they get, their big prize is just getting to perform with everyone in the finals of us.
Wow, yeah, I couldn't imagine having to stand up on stage and like rip jokes in front of 1,100. Have you got any like crazy bomb stories?
Oh my God, all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, one time I was doing a gig and I was just in a weird place. I was seeing a girl and I was like, I was really into it, but you know when you're like, yeah, your brain's just totally miles away. So I go up for this like split headline spot at Mojo's back before that was a problematic place, and I went out there, probably sponsored by Mojo's.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll put them in the gig guide next time. Yeah, definitely. I went up at Mojo's and I was doing this thing, and the crowd just wasn't liking it. And sometimes you have a weird interaction. Someone will talk and you kind of go after them maybe a bit too hard, but the audience doesn't really understand the interaction. That's why as a comic, like whenever you're on stage and you ask someone a question, like you have to repeat what they said into the microphone.
Yeah, just to make sure you can...
So the audience can hear, because
and
otherwise
understand
it
the
just looks
response.
like, because if you're like, hey, something, and they give you an insult and you just go hard at them, all the audience sees is like, hey, why'd that comic
You
flip
just
out?
ripping on somebody. Yeah.
So and sometimes like you'll mishear someone, so they'll just be like, oh, hey, my name is this, and you'll be like, what'd you say? You come to this country.
Do you feel like that's a common mistake that like new novice comics make?
Oh yeah, comics always, new guys always have this, because it's the biggest fear is like getting heckled, right?
Yeah.
And just kind of freezing
and
out.
actually not being knowing how to deal with it.
And new comics are always like, because it's their big fear, they're always like, oh, I know what I'll do. And I've seen this happen like hundreds of times. They'll be like, I'll invite the crowd to heckle so I can like I can control the situation. It's like, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
The majority of heckles, like 90+%, are just people interrupting and not realizing they're not meant to. Like that's it.
Trying to get involved when they're truly not there.
Yeah. There's such a small amount that is like, you suck. And then usually if you're in any way decent, the crowd's going to be on your side anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like you can just let them talk it out.
Yeah,
That's it. Like let them screw up. If they've already made a mistake, don't interrupt them by being like, hold on. Here's a pre-practiced remark that I...
Are you a fan of Frenchie? I think he would probably be the king of getting absolutely horrendously heckled.
Yeah, well, there's again
or
those
Scooter
guys.
Williams or something like that.
They is it Scooter or Shooter?
Shooter Williams, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was pronounced cancelled.
Butcher, he did get cancelled.
He did. I know. What a dog. Anyway, apparently he's a turd, so I don't really. That's fine. This is going to be. I know. I don't want to be one of those shitty comics who's like bitching and stuff. But
he's
I think
funny.
we can quite frankly.
He's honestly funny.
Yeah, I mean, I was 13 as well at one point, and so that was sick. But no, now it's like, look, there's so many comics that are bringing like actual fucking weapons. They're so good. So for someone to go on stage and be like, who says cunt because of me? And it's like, oh, you pay taxes.
Yeah.
Anyway, the heckling thing. People always kind of come up with the heckles. The worst gig I ever did, I was doing this one at Mojo's and it was a split headline, and I was just getting nothing. I wasn't like just starting. I was like 5 years in, but I was like, it's so dumb now. I was like, is this what you guys want? You want Monkey to dance?
Dance Monkey.
And then they just went, yes. And then just go, dance. And people were throwing money and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? So I just had to be like, hey guys, the next act's a lot better than me. I'm gonna catch you next time.
So what, you just spent the whole time dancing on stage?
No, I'm not gonna dance for people at Mojo's. No, I was just like, you can't win them back. I was like, you guys are on rowdy. There's no way I'm gonna. I've seen like amazing pro acts sometimes you start off weird and then you just can't bring it back. But more often than not, and as you get kind of better and grow, you'll be able to figure out how to kind of work with crowds. And then eventually it gets to the point where you just get bored and you start going, hey, what can I do to push them in a direction to see if I can get them
Yeah,
back.
or you actually see, yeah, I guess to try to get them to have a reaction to
Yeah,
something.
like Patrice
Yeah.
O'Neill was like the absolute king of that, and it got to the point where he was that good at stand-up, where he would go on with maybe a couple of loose ideas, never wrote his stuff down. This guy was just an absolute unit at being able to just talk out his thoughts and make it funny, which is like final tier comedy in terms of how to actually write. So you start off at the beginning, everyone's writing stuff down, and you try all the jokes until you progress through, and then eventually people can kind of riff and work it into material until you get to final tier, which is like, I thought about this on the way to the bus, like on the bus right here. I'm just going to talk it out with you on stage and find the jokes there, which is like, that's
Where
in another
you're
dimension.
completely comfortable, like
Yeah.
absolutely
I mean,
comfortable
we're
on stage.
talking 20-year pros like
Yeah.
Bill Burrs and
Yeah.
Seinfeld maybe. Like
They sort of
Chappelle
just-
and Burr are like Chappelle definitely. I mean, the guy has a record for 24 hours of stand-up.
Yeah. Like he goes into like random clubs in America and will just like not tell
Yeah.
anybody that he's rocking up, and he'll do
Yeah.
like a 4 or 5 hour set.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. What I said, Seinfeld is definitely not one of those comics. He writes everything to the T. But Bill Burr and Chappelle specifically, that's why, man. If you ever get a chance, if you guys are comedy fans, go on Conan, and Conan gives more opportunities than any big talk show host to anyone. Like he's just fucking OG. He's so good. And when he has Bill Burr on, Bill Burr would just chat, and he'll be like, "Hey, what do you think about anything?" And Bill Burr will just run
rant on.
30 minutes. He'll let him talk, and then he'll cut them up. And every one of these things is like, I don't even know this is stand-up. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But the way he's delivering it and talking